Welcome to the Life of KG, your ultimate destination for all things motivation and business insights. Join me, Katie Godfrey, serial entrepreneur and the brains behind the KG brand. Along the way, we'll welcome inspiring guests and share invaluable business tips to fuel your growth journey. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. With that said, let's dive into the world of success together. If you're ready to level up, you need to join one of my masterminds. My clients are getting insane results. One client works from home, has tripled her income, and is now joining the mentoring space. Another client was stuck to her salon floor, but now has retired from the tools, and her team is just running the show without her. Another salon owner had a training academy too and wanted to scale her training academy more than the salon, which she is now doing, and created online courses and created a passive income. If you want to stop winging it and start growing today, then you need to apply. The link is in the show notes. Hey everyone, welcome back to A Life of KG. Today on the show, I have my good friend Callie, who is also a mastermind client of mine, and I'm so excited to have you on. Welcome.
I'm so excited to be here. So excited. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, I got here in the end. Traffic was horrendous this morning. But
How long is it taking you?
About 3.5 hours.
Oh gosh, it'll be worth it.
Yeah,
I promise.
it'll be worth it. No, yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Oh, I'm glad that you're here. So let's do a little intro.
Yeah, okay.
Who you are, what do you do?
Wonderful. Okay, so my name is Callie. I've got 2 beauty salons. I've got one that I set up that was specifically Callie Lashes and Brows, because that's what kind of I specialised in. And then more recently, opened up a second location, which is Callie Skin, which is amazing. It's kind of a different concept to what we've got with our main salon. So it's nice to have kind of 2 different vibes going on. Kind of got like a skin clinic, and then we've got the bustling, busy salon with everyone have the nails done, the lashes, chatting, laughing. And whereas the new clinic is results driven. They're like bespoke treatments and stuff. So yeah, it's really nice.
And it's really good how you've done that. I feel that sometimes it's really difficult when you are that, that hustle bustle salon.
Mm-hmm.
We've got one of those. It's very difficult to then bring in skin.
Yeah.
Whereas you've done it amazingly well, and it seems to have built up faster than possibly expected.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I think as well for our clients, people like that they can come and escape to the clinic and kind of have those treatments, but then they'll still come in the main salon for the kind of the chit chat, the catch up, the gossip, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's also been nice because we've been able to service men, because sometimes when men come into the salon, you have clients going, oh, what are they having done? Like, oh, are you doing this? Or, oh, what do they have? So it's really nice because it's kind of more private.
Yeah, definitely.
And what's also so good is that the salons are 3-4 minute walk. So my staff can walk between each location. So we're kind of full at one. I can be like, oh, actually, because we do our waxing and lash lifts as well at the second location, we could be like, no, we can't get you in here. We're literally full to the brim, but we can get you in here. And the girls just kind of walk amongst the two.
It's so good.
So good.
Second location's always like the hardest.
Yeah.
But I feel that you've been like, they'll say duck waters this. It's like,
yeah, it's come with its kind of like trials and tribulations and stuff. My kind of biggest thing in business is the time management.
Yeah.
I kind of have that guilt of kind of not being at work, even though I am working, but I've got that guilt of, oh, the girls might think I'm like leaving them to just do the clients and stuff. So I would kind of, like I've said to you a few times, I'd be like, yeah, I'll go in the morning and then I just don't leave. There's a kind of busy myself. I'm like, oh, I could do this, this and this. And then obviously with the second location, I had to be there to show up. I had to be there to set the culture.
Yeah.
So it's really important. I was there like as a face, but then I was kind of, before I know it, I was doing clients. I was doing spray tans, and I'll pop something on stories like, here she is, back she's back again. And people are like, oh, that's amazing. But no, I'm not there to service the clients. I'm there to drive the business ultimately. So I've had to be strict and not kind of showing up all the time. And it's kind of, I think I'll always have that guilt. And along with that as well, you've got clients to be like, oh, here she is, like rocking in, and you're like, here she is showing up, like, oh, you've been at the beach today, So there is a lot of that I do find a bit like, but I don't have to prove myself to anybody. Like,
oh my God, would get old.
Like, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. Anyone that knows me knows that I literally work from the morning, like the minute I wake up in the morning to the minute I go to bed. Like, I am a work addict. Like, I can't help it, but that's well and truly me.
Yeah. I used to get that all of the time. When I stepped out, I feel so guilty. I'd like go back on a Saturday every other, start doing that, be really full again. Then I was like, oh, now they want me on the other Saturday. So I was like, okay, I'll go in on that Saturday as well. I'll just do Saturdays, not weekdays, like trying to justify it. And then before you know it, I'm like full every weekend. That to step back out. Then I would just still have that guilt, but it kind of stopped. And then when I do go in or show my face or I'm getting treatment done, so when you're getting treatment done, oh, is it your time for a pamper today? Yes, it actually is. Thank you very much. So,
all right for some.
Yeah. Well, another day off. Yeah, if you knew, babe.
If you knew, yeah. So that is kind of hard. But I said to you a couple of weeks ago where I went to have a manicure and pedicure somewhere else. And that was just such a lovely experience. Like, nobody knew me there. I went in, sat there, had a pedicure, had my nails done, and it was just amazing. They offered me a can of Coke, and like, I'm a sucker for a can of Coke. Yeah. And so I was like, oh my goodness, like, I'm literally missing a trick by having canned drinks. Like, sat there with a pedicure with a can of Coke rather than a cup of tea, because everyone kind of comes for like a tea or a coffee. So then we did like some polls on Instagram that went crazy.
I love the polls. You shall move at that.
People were just like, yeah, this one. So I went to a wholesalers, went and got all the canned drinks. And there's something about wholesalers, you go in there because everything's big, it's so exciting. Yeah. You're just like, oh, and I'm like, no, I don't need that. I don't need all those sweets at home. I don't need all these nuts. I bought in the canned drinks, and it's obviously really welcome this with the heat wave. So I'm really chuffed that I went to experience a treatment somewhere else, and so actually we're missing a trick that we should be offering canned drinks to our clients.
Yeah. When would we start doing? I think it was summer we started doing that, and it was just so nice to have, like, we got one of them fridges where it's like see-through, and then you can see all the cans. And then we could pick their cans, and it's just, I don't know why, because a can at the shop is only a couple of quid. Yeah. But it's like, when you're getting that free, it just means like, it's like, oh, you feel like a real treat.
Yeah, it really does.
It's so funny.
It was just a game changer for me. So it's nice to bring, because we're always looking for, how can we make the service better? How can we serve our clients better? And just by doing that, that's going to like really cheer someone up, isn't it? So I'm pleased with that.
I love that. We have girls that they want, like, I always say, like, every other month or so they could go out to another salon and have a treatment done. Yeah. And then they would be like, basically like a mystery shopper. Yeah. And then see, like, what did they like? What didn't they like? Bring their ideas back. And then we could be like, just like analyse our salon alongside it, but also give them space to like, go out somewhere else, get treated, like I said, no one knows who they are, like just have a pamper, but actually use it as like an educational piece for them as well. Yeah. So that's really good to do.
Yeah, it's a real insight as well. Because I'll often go for massage and stuff, I struggle with my neck and my back, so I'll go to lots of different places. And a lot of the time you're like, wow, our standards are really high. Yeah. And you are kind of shocked by the standards. So that's obviously a great idea if you're sending your team out, because they can see that actually, I really liked how they did that, or that was great. Like, I didn't actually think the customer service was great there and stuff. So they can all learn from it.
Yeah, definitely.
And we just brought in a new member of the team. She's just come from a spa, so that's great. Like, I'm really excited because she'll come to me with ideas and be like, we do this at the spa, let's implement this. And I'm all for kind of taking anything on board to better our clients' experience. It's really, really important, the whole customer journey.
Yeah, it really is. So was you always interested in beauty? Was that the direction you was meant to go?
So I've always worked, like I've always worked, had paper rounds, like in the rain, in snow, all before school. And then I had a Saturday job in a hair salon. And I did that on Saturdays, and then I had to help out the odd evening, and then I'd do it in the holidays and stuff. And I just loved being in that kind of customer service role. And kind of a lot of them were like regular clients, so they'd come in and stuff. And I loved kind of servicing people that way. So I kind of naturally fell into it. I didn't love school. I wasn't really like focused on kind of studying, that sort of thing. So I just kind of fell into that role. Went into the apprenticeship role, which was great. Like I really liked the idea of kind of on the job training. I think you can learn so much. But unfortunately, the salon I was working in went into liquidation a couple of days before Christmas, and I was due to qualify the following summer. So all the hairdressers kind of went off on their own in different directions and stuff, and there was kind of no options. I went to speak to loads of salons, the colleges did, but no one wanted me because I was no use to them. Soon I was going to be on like whatever the minimum wage was, and I was kind of near to qualifying, so people just wouldn't touch me. So it's quite sad, but we're all sent on kind of ways to like pivot journeys and things. So it was literally a couple of days before Christmas. I had turned 18 like 2 weeks before. My friend was in the pub across the road and was like, oh, why don't you come do a like trial shift? And I was like, okay. I went in. My first trial shift was Christmas Eve, and it's a proper drinkers pub. So like loads of like old men and stuff, or regular people that are in there kind of every day. And I went in Christmas Eve, obviously in a pub, it's like everyone's good spirits. It's super busy. Went in, and I think I got like £56 in tips for being there on like a 3-hour shift, and it was so buzzy. I was like, wow, this is so much fun. I literally absolutely loved it. Did that for absolutely ages, and I was working full time. I'd get like my money on Friday in like a brown envelope, and there's just so much money. And I was like, wow, what I was earning on the apprenticeship compared to this. And I didn't drive, so I'd be getting taxis everywhere, like here, there, and everywhere. I'd go get my lashes done, have a spray tan every week. I'd get in a cab to go to Topshop, couldn't get an outfit to wear the next night. I'd go to work, and I was doing all different shifts and stuff. I was drinking a lot, like that was kind of became the culture. And I just did that. I was working like 60 hours a week. Then I became like a supervisor of the pub. It was just like all in like a really short period of time. And then I met my now husband. He walked into the pub one day, and it was like all just like really weird. And he was just kind of kept coming in and being like, oh, let me take you on a date. And I was like, no, like really, like not really sure. And then I did. I went on a date with him, and then I pretty much moved into his house that day from the date and never left. Here we are 15 years on, still in the pub. And then I fell pregnant at 19. So that was kind of
baby.
Yeah, absolute baby. I was just kind of, I was scared, but it didn't seem scary. It was just kind of like, wow, things are gonna change. Things are gonna change. So yes, just kind of plodding along in the pregnancy. My daughter was born, and I was very, very like obsessive. Like, I breastfed. I didn't really want anyone to touch her or anything like that. It was just like, that's my baby. And I think because there's a lot of stigma around young mums and stuff, everyone expected me to fail. I don't think people kind of celebrate it. It's more kind of people are like, oh dear, like
you're gonna find this hard.
You're gonna find this hard. You're really gonna screw up and blah blah blah. But I didn't find that at all. Like she was just like my whole world. And yeah, it was just like in hair, and it was just amazing. Like it was a struggle. Like we had like no money, real struggle. And then I went back to work when she was maybe like 8 months old. It was great because it was a part of, I could go back and do shifts. So when I come home from work, I could go and work. And I went back, and they said like the business had changed. So they put me kind of like cleaning the kitchen. That wasn't the role I was doing. And it was just kind of, it just didn't feel right. And I was thinking, I'm leaving her so that I can't bath her or put her to bed to do something I don't like. I don't love it. Like I don't love it. And I was just like, well, what should I do? Like, I said, you know what? I think I really love being in that sort of service-based industry. There was two beautiful girls. They were sisters, Sarah and Lucy, and they had a beauty suite outside the hairdresser, inside the hairdressers where I was working previously. And they always looked so glamorous, like their makeup was just amazing. They were always so calm and friendly, and clients would walk out of there and just be like, oh, I'm just going to go and see Sarah. I'm just going to go and see Lucy. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to go and train as a beauty therapist. That's what I did. Went to college, which was 3 days a week. Mm-hmm. That was hard as well because I had to leave Tula at nursery, like 3 long days. And I didn't drive. So I was getting up in the morning. I was taking my stepson, when I take her to nursery, so at 8 and 8 o'clock, me and my stepson would get the bus for 4 minutes past 8. So like the timings were just like tight.
Yeah.
Get him on a bus, take him to school, and then take him to school, jump on the next bus, then get off the bus at the bus. And then we would get to college and then it'd just like repeat all the way home. But sometimes it'd be like shutting down rain. Like sometimes I hadn't slept. Yeah. You know, it was just like, or I'd woken up and the sick all in my bed, or like nappy sleep or something like that. But I just absolutely loved it. I had some like fantastic teachers at college, and then I started winning awards, and I was just so proud of myself. And I'd work really hard, but like, right, I'm going to get a distinction in this one. I'm going to go. So I've always been like that. I always set myself goals.
Quite competitive.
With myself. So just be like, right, okay. And I was just so proud of myself. And then I did my level 2, my level 3, and I had a real passion for the massage holistic side of things. I had a fantastic A&P teacher, and I think you were so lucky and blessed to have her because you had to know everything. I think some of the other girls in other classes would be like, oh, yeah, I'm just revising for my A&P, and they'd be like, oh no, we don't really have to do that. But she was super straight. Her name was Chrissy, and she was just like, no, you need to know this, and this. So I really felt like I was becoming the expert, but because of her.
Yeah.
So I think she was like a real important part of my journey. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to go and work in a spa, because I think the spa standards in the industry are super high.
Yeah, really high.
So I just went into work in a spa, and then again, I didn't drive, and it wasn't like a direct bus route. I'd have to get off and then walk 25 minutes just to get to work. I mean, it was great because it kept me super fit, and then I was massaging 6-7 hours a day. I was so toned, super slim and stuff. Yeah. But it just became quite isolating, just being in a dark, dingy spa, and you didn't really get the kind of regular customers. So you weren't really building that rapport with clients. So I think I kind of missed that from being in the hairdresser side of things. And I remember seeing like a bikini wax in my diary and being like, I'm not going to be able to do that. I won't be able to do that. And I think I'm really not kind of keeping up my skills. So I thought, I'm going to go and work in a salon. I went and worked in a salon and absolutely loved being back in that sort of environment. And it's just, every day is different, because you might have a waxing client, you might have a spray tan client, you might be doing a lash lift. And then my boss sent me, she said, oh, would you want to go on a lash extension course? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, well. Went on the course, which again, I would have had to have got a bus to, because I still didn't drive by that point. The tweezers were, the ones like back to front. Yeah, like the back to front. Yeah, the back to front tweezers. And it was kind of, I think there must have been about 12 people on the course. And I'm watching everyone else can do it, but I can't. I'm like, oh my goodness. And there's like the break. I've gone outside. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm allowed to go back and say that you've just spent £500 on me, but I can't do it. But then kept going, we would go for little breaks, go back, and I still was probably the worst one out of the 12 in the class. And then just come back, keep doing the case studies. And then before I knew it, I didn't do any other beauty treatment other than eyelashes and spray tans. Like
Really?
that was literally it. And I absolutely loved it. I love creating like big sets, and then kind of I found J Jones, and then I was like, oh, actually, like I really like the pre-made side of things and making everything look uniform. And I was thinking, oh, actually, my daughter's starting school. So I probably hadn't found Jade by that point. My daughter's starting school. I think I'm going to go and work for myself, just so that I've got that kind of flexibility of her being able to pick her up from school and stuff. And I was really lucky because my parents let me convert their garage into a salon. So that worked amazing because I could work in the evenings, I could work school hours. And I also had that kind of also as like a childcare aspect. But with that, it kind of was a bit like I'd just pop in for an eyebrow wax. And I'd do that because you're just wanting every single client. Because you're so desperate for every single client that actually from a financial point of view, I wasn't seeing. I was like, well, I can't turn down money. And what if they go somewhere else? And so I found that quite hard. And then I was kind of sacrificing family time for that one client, or with lashes and stroke with myself, because I'd be like, I want them to look completely full. So I was doing myself a disservice because I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, £20 is fine for an hour and a half of my time. So it was great to be able to have that flexibility, but then I wasn't strict with my own time. And then I fell pregnant with my son, which was great. I was due the 20th of December. I'm like, great, perfect, busiest time of year.
Yeah, joyful.
Yeah, and I was booked in for an elect C-section at 39 weeks, which was the 21st of December. So I sent all along, going to work to the 19th of December, and my clients were like, I don't think you are. I said, no, Tucker, definitely am. He's coming on this day. And everyone's kind of looking at me, and you could see when I'd be like trying to rebook their appointments, they'd be like, I'm probably not going to be able to get in anywhere else if you can't do me in December. But they did all kind of trust me. I did. I worked until the 19th of December, and I was working till like 11 o'clock at night. I had like a big, massive stomach. I was like resting my stomach on clients, massaging them, waxing them. But yeah, it was great. And I absolutely loved it. But it was like hard graft, but nobody could stop me. I just loved it. And then after I was born, I had a C-section, and then I was getting married in the June. And there was things that probably my husband would be like, we're not spending money on that. Mm-hmm. So I was just like, well, I'm just going to go. I'll go back to work. So I went back to work at 10 days post C-section. One of my like diehard regular clients, she went on holiday every January. So it was like full leg wax, bikini, underarm, eyebrows, full set of eyelash extensions, shellac on fingers and toes. So it was like a big chunk of money in a short period of time. And my mum was there to look after Arthur. So I was just like, I can do it. So I'm going to do it. So I've just always had that sort of, if I can, I will.
I think some people just made different, aren't they? I think you've either got it or you haven't. Like, we're very similar in that sense. Mm-hmm. Like, we'll just make it happen. There's no excuses. Yeah,
it's just no excuses. If you want it, you just got to go and get it.
And I think so many people could be in a position of, well, there's so many people out there that would have been 19 pregnant, gone with what everyone said, and been like, not going to really do much, most probably just have some more babies, maybe go down benefit route, all of those things.
Absolutely.
Which is fine. Everyone's obviously different. Yeah, absolutely. But I think it proves that there's whatever happens, you can create the outcome that you want, right?
Absolutely. Like we are kind of in charge on like the routes we take and everything.
100%. I mean, don't get me wrong, like shit happens and stuff, but you getting on the buses, like weather doesn't even matter. Like you made sure that the kids went to school, childcare, to college, like superwoman. Like you should be so proud.
Yeah. No, I am proud of myself, but you just have to. You just have to keep pushing. Like that's not an option. And I think very much so, being 19, I didn't want people to think like, well, she failed.
Yeah.
I think when you hear people are like, oh yeah, did you hear that Callie's pregnant, having a baby and stuff? a lot of people would have been speaking about me.
Yeah.
But I was just like, well, I'm just going to prove everyone wrong.
100%.
Just like that mindset of you just got to give it your absolute all.
I get asked all the time, Kate, how can you help me? Now, I have everything from masterminds, online programs, events, retreats, literally anything you need, I've most probably got. And the reason for doing this is because when I started, I just wish I had some help. I just needed a guiding hand. Sometimes I just wanted to watch an online course for half an hour, or I wanted to actually have one-to-one coaching, or then I went on to join in a mastermind. And I wanted to know that I could help you at whatever stage you're at, whatever level you're at, that I've got something that's suited for you. So if you are interested in working together, drop me a message and let's see what we can do. Click below in the show notes to go and grab the link.
Yeah. Yeah. So after you had Arthur and went back to work, when was the step of you opening up your own salon?
So I think lots of people would always say, do you think you'd have your own salon and stuff? And I was like, oh, I think probably when Arthur goes to school, that would be like the best time. Like I really want to enjoy this time. Like by the time Arthur was born, I'd been driving for a while. So I kind of had a different maternity experience because we got to be able to do a lot more things because I could drive. So it was literally a lifeline being able to drive. It made such a different experience for us. So I loved having like my 2 days with Arthur. I thought once he went to school, that would be the perfect time. And then lockdown hit. And we were just like, oh wow, what's happening with life? It's all a bit crazy. And a shop came up on we live in Southbourne, it's called like Sobo Business Advertisement, and someone put on there that there was a lease going in Southbourne, didn't say what it was, and I just messaged the lady and she said, oh, it's here. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to go and have a look at it. So I booked to look at it the following evening. And then that evening, I was just dreaming about it. I had never been in it inside this property, but I've driven past it plenty of times. And I just kept dreaming, I kept opening the door and like, oh, this toilet roll was just like falling at me. Or like, it was really surreal. And I was just like, that means something. So I messaged the lady and said, is anyone else coming to see it? And she said, oh no, no, you're the first person to see yourself, thank goodness, because I was going to be like, I can come now, I'm ready. And I walked in and brought my husband along. He's like sizing it all up, and I'm like, yeah, this is it. Like, I definitely want this space. And I said to the lady, because I think she was in a 20-year lease, but she wanted to leave, so I'd be assigning her the remainder of her lease. And then she said, oh, contact the agent, and then you'll kind of go through that avenue with them. They did say, oh, someone else is in front of you. And I said, you told me no one else has seen it. And they're like, oh no, yeah, they just want to have it as I think like a fruit and veg shop. And I was like, I can't let that happen.
This is fine.
Yeah. So I rang and they were like, oh yeah, well, we're just waiting to hear back from the landlord. I'll get back to you when I've heard anything. And then I rang again, probably 3 hours later. I'm like, have you heard anything? They're like, oh no, not yet. Then I rang again in the morning. I said, no, when we saw it, we just haven't been able to kind of make contact with him yet. Then I messaged the lady that I'd gone to view the property with, and she says, oh, I'll speak to them and kind of see what's happened. And then I think the agent actually rang her before she rang the other lady who'd rang her and said, look, I've got this young girl on the phone. She's like blowing my phone up. Like, she wants to have it as a beauty salon. And the lady was like, yeah, she's really, really lovely. She's going to do this, this and this with it. So I don't think they ever passed on that other guy's details. Wow, yeah. So it just shows you've just got to be persistent.
Not give up.
You've just got to be persistent. And then, and it just went from there. And it's just incredible. Like my mum, my dad and my husband were like, okay, so like show me the numbers. Like, how does it work? And I'm like, it just works. And they're like looking at me like, okay. Like, and I'm like, no, I know it'll work. Like this, and this. And then my mum's come along the journey with us from the very beginning, which is amazing. My dad helped with all the kind of planning of everything, all the spreadsheets of Excel and all the start of everything. And then obviously my husband, I helped like build it all from scratch. And it's just been one incredible journey. Like my mum's like the front of house of the salon. Like it's a real family business. And I think that's what clients love as well.
Oh, yeah, they do. I mean, I opened my salon and my dad decked it all out. He wasn't a risk taker. So he was like, I don't know why you're doing this.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da. I can't believe you're taking this loan out and that loan out. And I was like, no, like you, I need it. You're not telling me any otherwise. I know I'm only 19, but I'm doing this. And then my mum was a risk taker. She was like, yeah, it's fine. We'll support you. Da, da, da. But when I was quiet, my dad always used to just come and sit in the salon. And then my mum used to help out and like clean and stuff like that. And it was always a family vibe as well. People love it.
People
like they really love it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you start building teams as well, like they also love it.
Definitely.
They're like, well, this is really like family.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
And it's building that really nice culture at work as well. It's really like my mum's everyone's mum, Jem as well, which is so lovely.
Yeah, don't know if she'll feel the same.
No, no, she loves it. She absolutely loves it. But so it was just me, and then Sinead, who's now my manager. She was there just one day a week, and then we built her up, and then the team has now grown to 8 of us, and it's just been like absolutely incredible.
In really a short period of time, like COVID wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't long at all.
And you've got 2 locations within that time, and obviously you're in my scale mastermind, so you're at a high level. Like you've flipping smashed it, Callie.
Yeah, but I think that's that competitiveness in myself, because I'd set myself a target and be like, oh, am I going to go for the next one? And I'd be like saying to Toby, I'll be like, oh, add this up, because he's like, his maths brain is incredible. And be like, oh, we're going to make this much this week, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And now, which is great, the booking system won't tell him what I'm going to make. Like the following week, but I'll be sat there with him going, please add this up. And I'll be like, oh my God, no, next month we can definitely hit that. We're going to hit this. And obviously then as my team's grown, it's just kind of like a domino effect, isn't it?
Yeah. It's definitely a difference between the successful and the not successful, like that drive, that ambition, that, you know, it's the full focus of like most things, like the urge of not to give up, because as much as this is an amazing story, there's no doubt it's going to be like the hard times of oh my gosh.
Definitely.
Like, I'm sure there's loads of those, but it's a fact of when you don't give up and you do keep going and you've got that drive, you keep investing and you're doing all these things, the only way is to win, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's so good. I know that you also like specialise or do amazing at retail. I remember when I think we first met at my in-person day a couple of years ago. Was that the first time?
Yeah, definitely.
And I think I'd done a couple of lines about retail, and I remember you said about your retail percentage then, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, I think that's the highest I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's a big part of our business. I think obviously when you go to college and stuff, they teach you a small snippet of retail. And then I went to work in a spa, and the products there are really expensive at a spa. And they'd be like, you've got to sell this amount of products. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm just literally like a young girl. I wouldn't be able to afford one of these products. So why do I think one of my clients is going to be able to afford one of these? They're already spending £120 on a massage. Why are they going to buy a £60 oil? And I felt like it's kind of ran down your throat to sell, and then you felt under pressure and kind of like you're letting everyone down if you don't sell. But they didn't say to us like, oh, take this product home and try it yourself. It was just kind of like, you're not hitting target. So I think it was I always shied away from the retail because I just saw it as like, what's scary. I wouldn't want my team to feel scared, so why would I kind of bring that in? I think it was when we went on HD Brow training, and their retail range is huge, and we're just sending clients on a brow journey, and all the just with that, it just became like a domino effect of, oh wow, well, if clients are going to buy all these brow products, why wouldn't they buy all the lash aftercare? Why wouldn't they buy their skincare products from us? Like, we're the expert. It's our role to educate our clients to continue their journey at home. It's kind of 20% treatment and 80% what you're kind of going off to do at home on your own.
Definitely.
So I always thought that actually we can give them a better service. They're going to think of us when they pick up that product. They're just going to rock up at the salon and they're going to rebuy because they trust us. They trust us to do their treatments. So they trust us to also sell them the best skincare or the best, I don't know, cuticle oil, that sort of thing. And it doesn't have to be salesy. We're making however much they're spending with us last longer.
Yeah, definitely. And I hope everyone is really taking that in, because the amount of businesses I talk to on a daily, and they might, if they're solo, they might cap where you know they can't earn anymore unless they take on a team, or if they do more hours and then just going to get back out. Or we'll have salons that, you know, all their staff might be booked or whatever, and they can't cater, we want to earn more. And they're like, retail, like, because I'm so passionate in retail as well. And it's like, I don't think people see, one, the massive earning potential that you can make on top of your daily, but also the fact of, like I said, the client retention. Like, everyone needs product. So then why is it so hard for us to sell product when that client's going to go buy it somewhere else?
They're going to go in Aldi in the middle aisle. They're going to go to Boots. And I think sometimes as well, if you walked into Boots, it's a minefield. There is so many products on a shelf. People are like, oh, I'm just using that. Like, I think that's kind of, it's all, a lot of people are scared. And when you really get into the treatments and you're having that consultation, and they're saying, oh, like this, I've got this concern. And you're like, oh, wow, but you're not exfoliating the skin. Like, just one product can change everything for them. So it's our job to educate the clients on what they need, because we can't assume that they know what's best for them. That's our role. And I think a lot of people don't also realise, as a beauty therapist, we are salespeople. Like, that is part of our role, whether it be through marketing or anything. We're selling.
All the time. And also, it's not just your skin products. You sell loads of pedicure products, for Foot Logics, obviously, like Sid Brows, like everything there is an upsell to.
And I think one of the girls, I remember, I think a manicure came to £156. So the client only had a manicure, and then they bought all these products. I'm like, oh my goodness, like the client was there for 45 minutes and it was like £156 for one treatment. Like, that's incredible.
Don't tell me nails don't make you money.
No, but that's the thing, it's all the add-ons and stuff. And then that client, she still comes and replenishes those products. So they work. And that's another thing. It's kind of, you've got to be authentic about what you're selling. We only stock things that we believe in, that we've used ourselves and that we trust. Because otherwise you just feel like a fraud. Like, oh, buy this because it's got this benefit and blah, blah, blah. But we actually believe in the products. And that's so important.
I think as well, like, you don't do treatment anymore, do you? Like, you're completely out of the businesses and just working on them, which obviously I love. But then with that, your team, they're obviously still smashing retail, because retail target is still so high. How are you managing to do that? Because I think that's lots of people's downfall. They're like, well, I can sell, but my team are rubbish at selling, and then they just end up just not retailing at all.
So I'm not the best. I'm not the biggest sales person, but obviously there's a few really strong ones in my team, and I've done different things. So we've done like the bingo board, which is incredible. And you're setting the girls a target for themselves. So whoever first gets a line, they might be able to get a golden envelope, or they'll get one of the time reverse marks. And that's exciting. And then we do it then to really collaborate the whole team. If we've got every square done, we'll get a team outing, or we'll this or something else.
They love it.
Like they really do. And I think one of the girls at Easter, they won the Look Fantastic Easter, like the beauty egg. But that's exciting. And it was between two girls in the end. Normally you tend to get closer and you're like, oh, it's going to be a clear winner. But we did rock, paper, scissors. Like, in a staff meeting, and whoever won rock, paper, scissors they got to walk away
Yeah.
with the BTA. And then the girls also, their commission, that's a big thing. Like some of the girls, they're adding on £150, £200 on top of their wage a month because I'm setting them targets.
Yeah.
And when they've reached a certain one, then I just make the target higher for them. And they want to chase that themselves. Like everyone wants to earn more money.
With their targets, do you give them then an actual target for retail, or do they earn commission on every retail product they sell?
So they have a retail, so they have to hit a certain threshold, and then the percentage goes up once they hit going forward.
Yeah.
And that works really well.
That's so good. And I guess especially if they're money driven as well, like they want that extra in their pocket, don't they?
Definitely. And also in like the golden envelopes or something, there might be like £10 in there. Like who doesn't want a £10 in cash?
Yeah, my girls love the golden envelopes.
Yeah, like that. That's so good.
Yeah, it really is. What tips would you give to someone that are kind of shying away from retail, start bringing it into their business?
So it's not seeing it as, I don't know, not being scared. Like there isn't anything to be scared about. We are servicing the clients for their treatment, and if we aren't actively retailing to them, recommending to them, like we're causing them a disservice, because they've come to us. They said, "Oh, my skin's really dry. Come for a nice facial," and then said, "Oh, have a nice day." Then they might never come back to the salon. So you're actually going to build that strong relationship with the client, because they're going to be like, "Wow, they care about my skin." And then the next time that they're in, they might be having their nails done with somebody else, and one of the girls will be like, "Oh, but how are you getting on with the product?" And they're like, "Oh, I love it. Actually, if I buy those other 2 products," and some of the girls, they can earn commission when they're not even at work, because kind of my rule is, if they've sold that product, they get to get that commission every time, like that.
Rolling commission.
Yeah, rolling commission.
Good, yeah.
So they could be on holiday and they're still earning money. So it's kind of, it is a win-win. And it's just kind of believing in yourself. So some of my girls really do struggle with the retail. And I said, I'm like, look at your column and think, oh, okay, actually, that client, they've been coming for lashes for a really long time. They probably do need some sort of serum to help nourish their lashes. And if you're having to like stretch out the appointments because their lashes aren't in the best condition, actually that client's probably going to be happier because their lashes are going to be longer and stronger. So that's the thing. It's not looking at it out of fear. We're helping the clients.
I think I always say the worst they can say is no.
Yeah.
And like I said, with the team, the ones that do struggle, if you kind of like spell it out for them, explain it out. Oh yeah, I didn't see it like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just that educational piece that's missing. I'll tell you what I saw and sat in the salon every day. I went and got my hair done, and another hairdresser was doing someone else's hair, took the bill, no products are mentioned whatsoever. And then the girl left. Next second, the girl come back in. And I said, "Oh my God, she's going to come, with someone back in." You're like, "Oh my God, they're going to complain." So I'm sitting in the chair trying to mind my own business. And then she was like, "Oh, can you just tell me what products we used?" So she come back because she specifically wanted to know what products we used.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened?
They didn't get it on Amazon.
She just said, "Oh yeah, here, got the products. You can take a photo."
So you can buy it.
So you had just missed out a massive opportunity, but also don't you find her deserve it?
Yeah.
But what a shame.
But don't you find you're really nosy when you go in places, you're watching, you're like, "Oh my God, why have they done that?"
Yeah.
And you're kind of cringing inside for them. You're just like,
"Oh, have you ever done it, man? You just like have to buy it."
No, I haven't got there yet. But sometimes I bite my tongue.
I've definitely done it before. Only in salons I like really know or something. Come in like, "Oh, you should do this," or a client's like said about a product and then I've like completely sold it for them. It's so funny. But amazing. Hopefully everyone will start adding some retail or you're trying to sell a little bit more.
Yeah, it's just huge. It really is huge.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are kind of being influenced by TikTok. So they're like, "Oh, I use this or I use that," and it's like, actually, do you know what that's doing to your skin? Is that the best thing for you? So education.
Well, it's all this stuff at the moment, isn't it? About the kids and the stuff they're putting on their skin. And obviously, you're going with all the marketing, which is why when people do go to Boots, Superdrug, all of those places, the only reason you're buying that certain products because whatever the packaging is, right, or whatever as they say on the front of it, but educating your clients so then they can go back and educate their children
is so important.
It's so important. I mean, my little girl's only 9 and she'll come home and she'll be like, oh, what everyone's talking about John Lennon.
Yeah.
Like, why can't I have that? I'm like, no, you use this product and this product. She's like, okay. But it's not as cool with everyone using that heaven.
Definitely. And like the teen skincare is so important to tap in because otherwise they are damaging their skin barrier and compromising it from the very beginning. And obviously we all know that hormonal changes and stuff. It's really important that we know what our children are using. Yeah. My mother-in-law got Tallulah a Look Fantastic advent calendar, and lots of days of tweaks for me because I'm like, oh, you can't have that. I can have that. And she's like, oh, it's so not fair. And I'm like, your skin's not ready for it. Yeah. I remember living at my nan's dressing table and guest would order night serum, and she'll be like, oh, when you're older, like you can have it, and like I've got it on my dressing table, but that's because I saw it as a child and I just like I needed that, so I wanted that.
Yeah, it's so funny, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, and you're also part of Mastermind.
Yeah.
You've obviously been in it for a while now. Done Marrakesh, you've come to Dubai.
Yes, how exciting.
How has your journey been in Mastermind?
Yes, it's been amazing. So obviously I've been on a whole business journey, but one thing I didn't have was systems, like really, really lacking in systems. I'm still building systems now, but that transition from one salon to 2 salons has been so much easier because I've got systems. Yeah. But if you've got systems, you can rinse and repeat. And that's been a huge thing, kind of the Sunday CEO numbers, that's been amazing. I kind of did it myself anyway, but having it on a spreadsheet and then where you can see year before and everything, you're just like, wow. And it's so nice to see that growth like next to each other. Yeah. And then obviously the friendships that like you made in the mastermind, that is obviously that's the whole point of the mastermind, isn't it? It's obviously you've got you on hand and then you've got all the other girls, and everyone's going through the same problems. Other people just get it. Yeah. Like people get the burnout. Yeah. But get staffing issues, get it all, and that's the most important thing. So obviously a couple of months ago I had an issue, and you're there with me at 11 o'clock at night. You're there at 6 o'clock in the morning before I've got to go and do something that's really uncomfortable. So you're just kind of having that handheld. Like I'm more than capable of doing that on my own, but it's that accountability and you being like, no, like you're right, Callie, like that is what you need to do. So it's just having someone that's got your back.
I think it's like the leaning on someone who's just, I couldn't personally do it for me, but I've always got to have someone, and it's always a trusted person. But like you said, like, you know, things, most people know how to do the things or what they want and all of that, but the accountability and that time to be like, do you know what, am I okay doing this, or should I do this, or I'm feeling like this, or actually this has shook me up a little bit, or you know, be someone to be able to be vulnerable with without any judgment. Yeah. And then someone to be able to pick you up with, or those to share the wins with and not have judgment. Like I just think all of those things are so important.
So important. And it's also the personal goals to set, because I've always set business goals, but actually personal to me. So like one thing, obviously, I said earlier that it took me a while to learn to drive. I only this year drove on a motorway. So I was 10 years driving, and it's taken me 10 years to drive on a motorway. But that was one of my things when we were in Marrakesh. I'm going to drive on a motorway because that's like something that's stopping me. And there's no reason for me to not be able to drive on a motorway.
Like, and now like you got
it. Yeah. So I came to the in-person day, like, it opens up so much more for me because I'm pushing myself personally, which is huge. Yeah.
I do think we forget like the personal growth alongside the business growth.
Yeah.
We're always so focused on, I need to hit this turnover, I need to do this, I need to, open up them other locations or have multiple income streams. And we're so focused on that that we so easily forget ourselves. Like, what are the things that we want to do outside of work? Why are we actually doing this in the first place?
Yeah.
Like,
your big thing, like, what's your why?
Yeah, like always, it's so easy to grow, and obviously you'll know this because you've grown incredibly, is the fact of, actually, why am I doing this? Just to keep us on track all the time.
Yeah.
It's so easy to hit them business stars, like, what next? Like, well, no, it's just so important to know, like, why are we actually doing it?
Yes, so important.
And obviously you've done loads regarding like being more with your family and like you're into your Pilates.
Yes. Yeah, there's just so much. It's just kind of like the most important thing. Another thing that was, I've been in mastermind for a year, but when I went to York a couple of weeks ago and I was reading your book, there was what you're saying about turning your phone off. Like, that's those sort of school hours. So I did do it every day, but I've been so much more mindful of actually, I do work from 7 in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, but there can be times where I do put my phone down and I'm more present with the children. Obviously, my daughter a couple of weeks ago had like a freak thing that she was in hospital. Like, everything stops when it comes to your babies. And it's kind of that reality check of like, oh, actually, like, I'm doing it for them. I want to, the reason I work for myself is to be there for my children. And I'm so lucky that my business still kept ticking along. There was still money coming into the bank, and I was able to be there with my daughter. Yes, I still would have been working on my phone in that time, but it's just given me so much freedom.
Yeah, I think it's very important. I mean, there's been a few of us actually in mastermind where, shit has hit the fan, something's happened, we've had to like put halt on business for a little while, and we're like, well, guess what? We've had to put a halt on the business in our crazy minds, and they haven't been able to stop, but maybe have to in these certain points, because what business is still running and it's still making money. As you're not even there. Like, what a massive lesson that is, to be able to be present with whatever the situations are that are going on in our lives.
And things are still taking on in the background.
Yeah, exactly. I just think because it's, we are made differently. Like, we do work all these hours. You are working till 11 o'clock. It's not mostly because you have to.
Because I want to.
I just love it.
Yeah, just love it. Like,
yeah.
I'm the same to you. Like, I don't watch TV. Like, it's just not for me.
Yeah. I tell you what, I watched TV the other day, but I can't even remember what the thing was about now, but I remember it got me. Oh, it was this mum thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it was like disturbing. Like, it was amazing, like watching like TV for like an hour or so, which I never ever do. But after that, watching that program disturbed my soul, and I was like, oh, this is why I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
You take me off track.
Yeah. It gets your mind ticking on something else.
Yeah. So it's funny. Anyway, I'm so excited to work with you for another year.
So excited too.
I'm so proud of what you've achieved, and my gosh. And also, we need to touch on quickly your speaking, because you want to go and speak in this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Getting on stages, like all of that growth is like amazing.
Yeah, definitely. But it's all about, I want to educate people. So the best thing to do that is by speaking and kind of putting yourself out there. And like your in-person day, but it's all about putting yourself out there. So I'm like, first person put my hand up. I'm like, I don't know, I was going to win a bottle of champagne. That's a bonus. But I saw somebody saying they're putting on an event, and I just reached out and was just like, sent a voice note and said, look, I'm really passionate about retail. I really think I can help these ladies. And then we jumped on a Zoom call, and she's like, yeah. So I've got my first speaking in August. So that's really, really, really exciting.
Yeah. And so more to come.
Yeah, definitely.
So we're cracking into that now.
Keep pushing it up.
Exactly. And I think it just shows that growth journey of, you've opened the salon, you've opened the second salon, you've worked on your time management, business is running without you essentially. Obviously, we've always got to do the groundwork in background. But it's that next step growth of, okay, I've learned X, Y, and Z. I'm confident on X, Y, and Z, and I know I can now teach others. And that's now your next bit of growth, which is so bloody exciting.
Yeah, really, really, really exciting.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you.
But I definitely wouldn't be able to do it without the personal growth. Like all the business stuff, you kind of just like take on and stuff, but it is really about investing as like in you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, people find that really difficult though, because I think it's that, oh, this money spent on me. I find it really fascinating that people can You know, oh, I'm going to deck out my salon, or I'm going to invest in this new machinery, or whatever that might be. And they'll have spent thousands.
Yeah.
Yet then when it comes to them as that person, even though that's going to help the business, they find it really difficult to invest.
Yeah. I think it's, and maybe it's like, I don't know, a trust thing, or I'm not really sure. But like, again, I'm going to invest in myself again because I've grown so much in a year. Wow, imagine I've got all the systems in place now. There's lots more to work on. But like, I've been able to, even before a lot of people try and like do their social media first, like I'm only just about to invest in social media, like 5 years into having a salon, we've just done all our own social media. But for me, it's so much more to invest in me because I can, like with help with handheld, I'm like super powerful.
Yeah.
And then now I'm ready to invest in the social media. But before that, like I think you've got to believe in yourself that you can do it.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing. If anyone wants to reach out to you, where should they go?
So it's Callie Ann Brows on Instagram, and then callieannbrows.co.uk.
Perfect. We'll put them in the show notes, so go over and follow Callie and her businesses. If you love this episode as much as us, then please make sure you screenshot and tag us. We'd be super grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.